Mick Lunar Mission Log, Stardate 2705. This video is about to proceed. Greetings! Lieutenant Luna here. Today we're going to be going over all the references from the Buzz Lightyear Star Command TV series in the Lightyear trailers and promos. Originally, this video was going to be about how Lightyear might be in the same universe as Buzz Lightyear Star Command, but it seems pretty clear now that it isn't. I don't even know where to start explaining how it's not. So we're just going to be listing the references thus far, and I don't doubt there will be more once we see the full movie on the 17th, which is in 7 days now as of recording this. I can't wait. I'm going to do a full breakdown as soon as it comes out, if I can. I mean, when it comes out on like Disney Plus, you know, whenever that is, I'll do a breakdown. But just a quick note as well too, throughout the video, I'm going to say B-L-O-S-K, as C, sorry, B-L-O-S-C as in Blosk, which stands for Buzz Lightyear Star Command. It's just a shortened way of saying it, and it's a lot easier to say, and I don't want the video to get repetitive with me keep saying it all the time. And also, most of these are just going to be some similarities between the two universes and not references, but the ones that are references are pretty damn cool, and they're nice nods to the show. So, let's get started. Number 1. The whole time travel gimmick in Lightyear is a lot like the episode Lost in Time from Blosk, in which Buzz lures Zurg into a black hole to try to destroy his dreadnought, and Zurg along with it too. However, it would also mean Buzz would get sucked into the black hole too, so Buzz then believes he travelled 1,000 years into the future, where Zurg and all evil has been eradicated because of his acts. But of course, if you watch this episode, you'll know it isn't actually real, and he didn't actually really time travel into the future. It was all set up by Zurg, and the people of the future were just Zurg's hornets in disguise. But it's still similar to the time travel idea that is a big part of Lightyear's plot. You know, starting from getting marooned on that planet, and then they have to build up ships, and obviously, you know, use the crystallic fusion to put into the ships so they can use hyperspeed. But then it also has the effect or the drawback of sending you into the future. So whatever the minutes are equal to the years. So however minutes you're in the ship for in space in hyperspeed is however many years it is for everybody else. So it's cool. That's kind of a cool thing for number 1. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2. Socks being Buzz's robot partner in the movie, it's obviously a lot like the robot ranger XR, a member of Team Lightyear in Blosk. They're both quite funny characters, especially XR. Honestly, if you watch the show Buzz Lightyear Star Command, it's so good. XR is hilarious. Like, he always makes me laugh. It's just really funny. But yeah, they've both been given to Buzz as sort of a gift. Socks is more of a gift though. But XR being given to Buzz by the LGMs to be his new partner in Buzz Lightyear Star Command, and Socks being delivered to Buzz to help him with his mission in Lightyear. So that's a nice similarity between the two robots. That's it for number 2. Let's now move on to number 3. Number 3. The Junior Zap Patrol in Lightyear seems to be a starter Space Ranger Academy for cadets of Star Command until they actually go on to join in the real Space Ranger Corps to become a proper Ranger. Buzz Lightyear Star Command also often mentioned a sort of Junior Space Rangers Academy before they join the actual Space Rangers in the fight for good.
You can learn a few things in the Junior Space Rangers, like patience and, planning.
I'm not sure if this is a deliberate callback or not, but it's still cool nonetheless. So that's it for number 3. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4. Buzz's team in Lightyear, which consists of Buzz, Izzy, Mo, and Darby, minus Socks, are all part of the Zap Patrol, as stated in the last reference, I think. Like, in the last reference, I'm pretty sure, like I said, I think they're an academy in Star Command where the rookies go to, you know, prepare for being a real Space Ranger. And their team has 4 people in their team, minus Socks again. I know I'm kind of taking Socks out of this, but I'm just kind of showing you the similarities between it. and that is the same amount without socks, the same team as Team Lightyear in Blosk. Of course, they have 3 people and a robot. And obviously excluding Buzz, it's 3 people and a robot. So yeah, but in Lightyear it's 4 people and a robot instead of 3 people and a robot in Blosk. But yeah, it's still quite similar. And both teams also have 1 veteran, 1 captain, which is Buzz, and the rest of them are rookies. So it's quite interesting that both teams are quite similar to each other, you know, because the rest of them are rookies, and then the main leader is a captain and a veteran and have been in Star Command for a long time. So, you know, if you really dive deep into the details of the movie, you'll be surprised just how many similarities there are between the movie and the show. So, that's it for number 4, guys. Moving on to number 5. Number 5. As revealed in the Legacy of a Space Ranger promo for Lightyear, Zurg's Ion Blaster actually forms itself from his arm, which, by the way, I think is super cool, super dope. And in Blosk, Zurg's blaster also forms onto his arm, like kind of in a very similar fashion to the more recent Iron Man armors, like the Mark 50 and the Mark 85, where the cannons on his wrists build up on the top of his arm. Super cool thing there, and I think it's great that Zurg's Ion Cannon can activate and deactivate at a moment's notice, making it more compact, and he won't have to always have it out when he's, like, you know, grabbing things or he's gesturing, because in Toy Story we've always seen him carrying it, and on the real life Zurg toys most of the blasters like aren't removable, like the Disney Store one, which I've got. You can't take the blaster off. I've seen someone do a custom mod actually where they've actually taken the blaster off him and it looks really cool, but yeah, you can't just, you know, take them off. So that's it for number 5. Let's move on to number 6. Just before we move on to number 6, guys, I have a bonus reference for you. I noticed this after I finished recording the first voice clip, so this has been recorded a few days after that one. So I'm not counting this as one of the actual ones in the list, because I want to have 10 references rather than 11, because I think 10 is a great number to leave it at. Instead of 11, it's 1 over, it's like kind of annoying. So this is just a bonus one. Bonus. So, Buzz's main ship in Lightyear is called the XL-15, with there being other iterations, earlier ones like the XL-01 of course, which you've seen in mostly the start of the trailers and at the start of the movie probably, and the XL-03. And I think there's going to be more in the movie, but if you take away the number from the ship, it leaves you with XL. And if you know your Buzz Lightyear Star Command history and characters, you'll know that there's a villain called XL. He's XR's kind of evil counterpart, a bit. So another cool thing is one of those ships is the XL-03, and the 3rd episode of Blosk is the episode of XL, where XL's in, like, for the first time. Obviously it's fittingly named that. So again, I don't know if this is a deliberate one or not, but it is a really cool detail anyways. Number 6. Zurg's robot minions, the Zyclops in Lightyear, also known as the Zurgbots, which is what I've always called them, have a yellow and black design with small arm cannons integrated into the robot with flying capabilities too. Not the arm cannons, by the way, the robots have flying capabilities. Of course, much like the Hornets from Blosk, which, by the way, are the worst robots in the entire world. Like, the Hornets are terrible. A baby arm with a bow and arrow could destroy a bunch of them with ease. So, but anyway, you know, Zurg's Hornets also have a yellow and black design, arm cannons, and flying capabilities. Red-coloured versions of the Zyclops have also been seen in some of the trailers and TV spots, very reminiscent of the Super Hornets in Blosk. But the Super Hornets are pretty huge and a lot bigger than the normal Hornets, and the red Zyclops are the same size as the regular Zyclops, the yellow ones, so there's a bit of a difference. But it's still quite similar. So, you know, I don't know if a lot of these are intentional, or they're just kind of by accident, and they've just been done, but I hope they're intentional, because that would be really awesome on Pixar's part for doing that. Props to you. And so, because, you know, the original Zurgbots in the Toy Story movies weren't yellow, they were like a brownish colour, kind of weird, but yeah, they weren't yellow. So it's nice to see that they're going for a more Blosk-oriented design, with them being yellow, able to fly, and obviously the more deadly kind of red-coloured versions of them. So, that's it for number 6. Let's move on to number 7. Number 7. Evil Emperor Zurg's massive robot kind of design in Lightyear very much evokes the giant robot mech Zurg controlled in the Blosk episode First Missions, where Buzz also controls his very own giant robot and has a huge fight with Zurg. See what I did there? Hey. Yeah, okay. And if you watch my other video, Is Zurg a Robot? Which is really good, by the way, you'll hear me talking about the Zurg we see in Lightyear might actually just be a robot mech that's being controlled by the real Zurg, who's either inside it or controlling it from a separate location, which is like in Blosk, where Zurg is piloting his massive robot. So that's another cool parallel to add to the list. Okay, that's it for number 7. Let's move on to number 8. Number 8. The vine creature that we see throughout the Lightyear trailers, who seems to keep always grabbing the members of Star Command and dragging them across the floor, or dragging them across the environment of Takani Prime, which, yes, that's the name of the planet that they get marooned on. Anyways, this vine creature looks a lot like the plant monster that Booster took from the planet Rhizome in Blosk. He then took it back to Star Command and fed it too much food from Joad and some seeds and stuff, and it grew bigger and bigger, and then made its way through the station, grabbing the crew and not letting them and not letting them go, much like the vine creature in Lightyear, which randomly grabs people and doesn't let them go. So that's a pretty cool reference, or just similarity. It's yeah, they're also very similar to plant creatures. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's it for number 8. Let's move on to the second to last, number 9. Number 9. In the official trailer number 2 for Lightyear, while Buzz is doing his mission log, we hear Alicia say,
"You do know no one ever listens to this."
I know that. Narrating helps me focus.
This is really, really cool, and a great callback to this as well.
Come on, buddy, nobody ever reads those reports.
Where Buzz's old partner in Blosk, Warp Dark Matter, who definitely isn't evil, by the way, says a very similar thing to Buzz's original partner in Lightyear, Alicia Hawthorne. So they say kind of the same thing, where Alicia's saying, you know, no one reads those, or no one ever listens to those mission logs, and Warp is like, no one ever reads them. So it's pretty cool. Now this is really interesting, because along with being Buzz's partner back in the old days, she then died, like Hawthorne, and Buzz lost her forever, you know, when he time travelled, and, you know, when he got back, she's 62 years later, she's gone. She died of old age. I mean, we think she died of old age. It could be Zurg, though. That would be quite interesting. If I keep going on about this, I'm going to go on a crazy tangent, and I'm going to start going on about, you know, how, oh my gosh, how did Alicia die? Maybe she got killed by Zurg. I'm not going to do that, because this video is about the references, not about that. So, yeah. But with Warp also being Buzz's partner in the old days in Blosk, a similar thing happened where Buzz thought he lost him because of Zurg, but really Warp actually survived, unlike Alicia. And then as the years went by, Buzz got a new team with new partners, and then one of them also being a robot. There are so many parallels between the film and the series, like it's awesome, really. So yeah, that's it for number 9. Let's move on to the last reference that I could find anyway. So, last but not least, number 10. I've left the best one to the last, guys, in my opinion, and that's Izzy Hawthorne's Zap Patrol armor. So, on her right shoulder pad is the number 42. The same number as Team Lightyear Star Cruiser 42 in Blosk, which is really cool. Like, that is so awesome. And ironically enough as well, Izzy is part of Buzz's team, and that ship in Blosk is Buzz's team ship. The first time I saw this, like, a few months ago, I got extremely excited and straight away thought, this has to be a direct reference to the ship. and Blosk. There's no way it isn't. They could have picked any other number, like 23 or 6, or heck, even 41, and I wouldn't have thought anything of it. But they picked 42. The exact number of Team Lightyear's ship in Blosk. This has to be an intentional nod to the series. I mean, there's no way it isn't. If it is an intentional reference, thank you, Pixar. It's nice to see that you at least acknowledge Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. So many die-hard fans of Buzz will for sure notice this, which includes me, obviously. So, I haven't actually seen anybody else who's pointed this out. I mean, I think obviously most people don't know what the show is, a lot of people don't, but also a lot of people who maybe didn't know what the show is wouldn't even notice that as well, so, yeah. So, that's it. I mean, that's all the references I could find so far. I tried my best, guys. There was quite a lot of them. Some of them are just tiny things that may just have been coincidence, but it's nice to still talk about it and kind of hope that they are intentional references to Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. So yeah, that'll be it for this video, guys. Tell me in the comments below if I did miss any more references, because I'm more than sure that I definitely missed some. And I know, the YouTube comments, they're always, a lot smarter than the uploader, it seems like. So you guys are definitely going to notice some. So subscribe to keep updated, leave a like if you want more, and I think there's only one thing left to say.
To infinity
And beyond.